हाँ तो पर ये जरूरी था इतना प्राइम लोकेशन पे कैसा फ्लॉप हो गया नहीं स्पेस नहीं है नहीं आ रहा है क्या
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hmm.
Good morning,
How
sir.
of you?
Good morning,
Good.
sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Kajal. How are you?
So very good, sir. How are you, sir?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. So I hope everybody has joined. Yograj, how many of them are there? Yograj?
Sir.
Sir, around 22 participants are there.
Okay.
22 numbers,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Very good.
Good morning,
Very
sir.
good. And good morning. Good morning, everybody. And I hope everybody will join. There are larger numbers. But then I think today is the Sunday, so that's why everybody is engaged in few other things. But I'm hopeful that they should be joining soon. And we'll just give another couple of minutes and let others also come in. And after that, we'll begin formal.
Sure, sure.
Reinforcement to be designed should be checked, or reinforcement to be designed should be checked, or reinforcement checked to be checked. What it should be? Tell me.
Who is online?
Tell me what it should be. Hurry up, it's very important.
Video तो नहीं आ रहा. All right, so I think let us all begin. And I'm very happy to see that all of you are here. This is the first interaction for the new entrants and those who have registered on the National Register of Engineering Council of India. As you may be aware, those who have not joined, I had already spoken to them and they should soon be joining and they'll understand the purpose of such kind of interactions. It's very necessary that we do not remain only the theoretical engineers or the qualified engineers. What is more important is that we have hands-on knowledge which needs to be enhanced on a regular basis, and that is how then we can call ourselves as professional engineers. The reason why we have initiated this whole thing, it's going on for last almost like about 12 years, that we not only have to look at the domestic working, but also go for the international interactions and international projects. One of the things all of you are aware that now we have a situation where many geographical regions in the world, they are looking for the development of the infrastructure. Majority of them are war-torn areas, and we will have to basically provide such kind of support to international community, not because of only business, but also because we would definitely like to kind of take a message across. And the logic that comes is that every sixth person on our planet is of Indian origin. So it is incumbent on us that we should now be very keen to develop ourselves so that we can not only handle the domestic but also international challenges. And that is where being a professional engineer is very important. Some of you may be aware that in the international arena, it is not only the qualification that matters, there is continuous professional development, and the people have to learn various types of faculties that you have there. Those people who keep on practicing, enhancing their knowledge, they are the ones who are called professional engineers. There are organizations in each of the country. Many of them they have, you can say, reciprocal and mutual recognition, and that makes life very easy for those engineers who have to practice abroad independently or with some position of authority. And that is why it is important that all of you should graduate from the level of qualified engineer to professional engineers. That is something which was important. And that can be achieved by being on the register of professional engineers, which is actually the kind of uh, which is being done under the banner of Engineering Council of India, which is again the apex body representing various disciplines of engineering. You may visit the website of ECI, Engineering Council of India, to get more details. Since this is the first time that you are being inducted in, that is why it is important that you ought to know. You will find that there are many professional bodies who actually make what ECI is. And the responsibility of ECI is to ensure that our engineers, they not only remain theoretical engineers, but also become professional engineers. So that's where basically we are looking at the kind of things and discussing. You will have number of requirements that you may have to fulfill. But one of the most important requirement is, apart from the ethical practices, is that every year to ensure that you are basically enhancing your knowledge on a continuous basis, you have to earn 200 credit points of continuous professional development. Now, what does it all comprise? It comprises the kind of knowledge about interdisciplinary, engineering requirements, enhance the knowledge within your own discipline of work, look at the kind of scientific developments that need to be understood by us, and also practice them. And when you practice them, then those credit points also are added. So the minimum requirement as per international protocols is that you should have 200 credit points, that is every year 200 hours of the credit working formally will have to be done. How do we do that? Number one, to have the kind of lectures that we are talking about. And this lecture is going to be almost like about an hour. So all of you are going to receive 1 hour credit point or 1 point. So that is 1 by 200 credit that will come to you. We are planning in ECI to have every fortnight or every week more so, especially on the holidays, on vacations, and the kind of weekends that we will run these programs so that at least 50 credit hours could be earned. Another 100 credit hours, they will come on the dissertation that you will be giving, which is going to be summary of the work that you had been doing and what kind of engineering advancements you guys have been able to bring in there. And then, of course, there are seminars and conferences, and they are also credit bearing seminars and conferences. Many of the member organizations of ECI, which are basically the kind of apex organizations in their own realm of engineering discipline, they are the ones who keep on organizing such kind of uh, very valuable conferences and seminars. And if you participate, then of course you can always earn those credit points. I'll give you an example. Like there is a two days conference that you have on some of the good topical issue, and you participated there. So every day you'll get 8 credit points. So that is after you finish the program, it is 8 plus 8, that is 16 credit points that you need. So it becomes some kind of an incentive for you to basically, it becomes incentive to participate in these events and continue enhancing your knowledge base, skill, and of course, learn from the experts. There will be many experts in different disciplines who will be talking to you. So today, I'm initiating this process, and the issue that I'm going to be talking to you, and majority of the issues are going to be on the same lines. It has a lot to do with the kind of life of citizens in any country, which is happening in India. And there are two verticals that I'll be speaking to you. Uh, the first one is, you might have heard the kind of news which comes from city of Indore, Bhubaneswar, Ghaziabad, Noida, and other places. Because of mixing of sewage in the drinking water, and that also is because of the bursting of pipes or uh, absolutely no maintenance of the underground infrastructure, that this whole thing is coming. And now we have a situation where there are epidemics, people have already died, there are many casualties that have taken place, and especially city of Indore is something that we have to understand that they are in limelight now. Why is this happening? You go around in your own respective cities and you will realize that subsurface infrastructure, I'm talking about the underground pipelines which are carrying the sewage, the water supply lines, even the gas lines, communication lines. Once buried, we forget. We just forget about them. We don't even think that they can be, they have to be maintained. The the kind of defects have to be detected and as quickly as possible, because in case of any kind of damage, maybe because of the overuse, natural causes, the kind of pollution that keeps on surrounding them, and various other facts, if they get damaged, then this results into the kind of calamities that you have recently noticed in case of Indore city. So what is the solution and what is the remedy? We have to understand that there is another discipline, another branch of engineering. Many of us are not fully aware, that is known as trenchless technology, which is a very, very important branch of engineering. And we have to understand that the subsurface infrastructure also requires investigations at times, materials that have been used for the conveyance medium, which are the pipes, that has to be periodically checked. We have to see that after all, no damages take place because any kind of leakage or any kind of mixing up of various fluids that you have there, it can be very, very disastrous. So you have a situation, and this particular situation comes just because of the simple fact that we keep on looking at the infrastructure which is overground. But underground infrastructure is just not taken care of. You have to basically start getting into it, because no matter what you construct, whether it is bridges, whether it is roads, whether it is airports, whether it is buildings, townships, whatever you have, the role of underground infrastructure is extremely important, especially for the, you can say, the city authorities and those municipal corporations who are responsible for upkeep of the subsurface infrastructure. So, we have Indian Society for Trenchless Technology, which is also a member of Engineering Council of India. And this society is actually promoting knowledge and understanding and trying to set up the kind of regulatory practices, provide you the kind of support in getting the engineering solutions and working as a platform. So this is something where you have to start getting it. What are the major elements of building the subsurface infrastructure? There was a time when you could have dug a trench and put the pipe there and buried it. But fact of the matter is, with the kind of paucity or shortage of availability of land, the kind of congestions that we have in our population centers, it is just not possible to keep on digging. And this also has a tremendous social cost. The social cost comes because of the traffic disruptions, the pollutions we create, and several other things which I am fully uh, aware that you all know of. So, to avoid that, the techniques of trenchless technology are utilized. It is very much akin to tunneling process, and the tunneling which is done by the equipment which keep on digging and drilling below the ground surface and pushing the pipes. Plus, in addition to that, the techniques are there where basically these are provided with the kind of protective coatings, regular maintenances are done. Most interesting part is that you have systems which are quite much like LAN and SCADA, where you are basically making the underground tracings. So wherever there is a leakage, this can possibly give you the kind of signals straight away, and then those things can be repaired. And this is very important in the sense that, like the ground, even the underground is also getting very, very complicated. So, the first lesson that I would like to give you is to kind of find out more details about trenchless technology, work out on the kind of questions that you may have, and pass it on to us. It just so happens that I am also the chairperson of Indian Society for Trenchless Technology. And I, along with many other senior experts, we were able to bring in this particular technology in our country almost 30 years. So there are plenty of things that have been done. The whole of telecom network has been benefiting by it. The schedule of rates have been prepared. The model contract documents have been prepared. And I would very strongly recommend that you should try to apprise yourself of it. There is another very interesting uh, proposition that you must consider. We have civil engineers, or we have electrical engineers, and we have mechanical engineers. But we do not have trenchless technologists in India, formally trained also. So there is a very, very interesting program that has now been created, especially for the practitioners, that they should become the experts in trenchless technology. This is at three levels. You have the basic, rather four levels. You have basically the first level is that of diploma in trenchless technology, which is basically for the practitioners who may not have much academic background. But then they are practitioners, so they can always learn. The second level is the Bachelor of Vocation. This program is basically a modular program, 3 year duration, and it can be extended to 6 years, depending on the availability or the kind of convenience of the learner. The third level is what we call as Master of Vocation. This is a postgraduate program, and thereafter you have a vast field where you can get involved in conducting novel researches and you can earn your PhDs. These programs are all recognized by University Grant Commission, but then they have to be run together with the and professional bodies and the universities which have the authority to grant the certificates and diplomas and degrees and things like that. So go through this whole thing and try to see that we are in a position to really, formally proceed with this particular program. Do let me know who all out of you would like to basically learn these things and acquire the qualifications also. Believe you me, you'll be very, very helpful, not only for the national development, but also for the international. So that was the first vertical that I thought I'd be speaking to. The second vertical, equally, is based on the kind of real life experiences that we have and the damages and problems we are facing. Most of our bridges and most of our flyovers, or even in cities, these are now. Can you please mute yourself, sir? Yeah. So these are undergoing gradual damage. That is basically something which is very, very troublesome. We never know when exactly the calamity is about to strike. And do you know why exactly is that happening? We again have a habit that we construct a structure and we think it is immortal. It is almost like those monuments that we have, which are standing there for 400 years, 500 years, or 600 years. But the beautiful thing is that we forget that any of these monuments or even the humans, they require regular health surveillance and they require the health check for them. So we have the designers, we have the construction agencies, we also have the supervisors. And when I say supervisors, then I mean to say the engineers who are nominated by the public agencies like the highway authorities, the municipal authorities, and they are the ones who are supervising the work and thereafter are responsible for maintaining the structures. But do we really maintain them? Do we have people who know how to check the health of these structures once they are constructed? The result is that we do not have a kind of viable system. We do not know how to maintenance, and this is a fact of life. Very recently, there are several cases that have come to me from state of Madhya Pradesh, where the uh, road bridges they have sunk, they have got demolished. You also might have heard very, I think, last year or times when the news was that about 13 bridges in the state of Bihar they have collapsed. This is very unfortunate. Not only that we lose money, but also we lose the time and of course the social cost that is attached with it. So we need to learn and understand how to detect the problems, and these are the people who are the specialists in health inspection of the bridges and structure. Same situation applies even to the buildings. So what are we going to do about it? Those are the kind of things that we need to study. And for these also, there are formal programs that are being launched. As a matter of fact, they are in operation for past about couple of years. There are three levels of understanding this particular technology. And this is not something which is taught in the universities or colleges. These are the things that are taught by the people who are experienced people, and we treat them as professors of practice. And they are the people who may not have the strict regulation of having the PhD degrees and things like that. They have vast experience, proven experience, and they are going to be your professors. I am one such professor of practice. Of course, I have the requisite qualifications to be with universities and work like a professor also. But fact of the matter is that I have rather chosen this unconventional path where I thought that I will learn and I will teach. And then the students will come back to me with the kind of problems which they might have been facing in the real life. And I will find solutions and give it to them. So my expectation from the professional engineers that all of you are is that you should also follow the same kind of trend. Pick up young people who are working on your projects, who are working on your systems wherever you are, and basically exchange the views. Look at unconventional things which are not taught in the colleges and universities, but which are the real problem that we have. There are several issues on that, and it is something which has always surprised me when we talk about the bridges and when we talk about the flyovers and things like that. I can understand that you have a situation where foundations will have to be made out of concrete, stone, or whatever. Now, you have a situation where even the superstructure is being constructed in a less ductile material. Why should we have the concrete pillars and concrete platforms for all metros and rapid uh, mass transit systems. What is happening here? These structures are subjected to variety of loads, and especially the kind of live load which keeps on fluctuating, vibrations, and many other things. And the ductile material is not being used. What is that ductile material? That is the steel. In fact, the situation is that if you look at our old railway network, you will realize that for the purposes of project, expediting the execution project, for the purposes of quick construction, fast construction, stable construction, and flexible construction, majority of our railway platforms and bridges, they are made out of steel. What is the advantage? The advantage is that you can have the factories where you can pre-produce them and the assembly is done at the site. Now, I look at the building. I am in the city of Bombay, and Bombay, which I had known for last about 40 or 50 years, has totally changed. Everywhere you find, even in the suburbs also, multi-storied buildings, tall buildings. You're talking about 60 stories, 70 stories, and things like that. And I think the Trump Tower that we have here is the tallest, which is almost like about 110 or 115 stories. We all know that various locations in India are subjected to uh, earthquake loading. These are basically the seismic zones, and coastal areas are most affected. Then why are we not thinking of using a more ductile material? There is related problem. Once a building is remodeled and demolished, there is so much of debris that comes out, and this debris is not being reprocessed and recycled. So as a result, what is happening? The solid waste heaps are everywhere. So you see, there is one fallacy which basically leads us to several more. A, we are not able to maintain. B, we are not able to construct it fast. C, we cannot reuse the material and recycle the material. So I would like you to think about these particular things also, apart from learning as to how do we basically go out and construct the structures which have to be maintained also and maintain them religiously. We keep on learning, documenting that so that we leave it for posterity. After all, we are not going to be living there forever. It is our younger lot, it is our children who are going to be inheriting all these structures like we have inherited from our ancestors. So that is one. We should also start questioning that what exactly are we doing and when we foresee the kind of problems that have been coming and that are likely to come. That is true professional engineering. Question, find solutions, learn, and disseminate the knowledge. So, with that, I am stopping here and I am just keeping the floor open for any questions, which I'll be very happy to answer. Please come forward. You can unmute yourself and come back.
Sir, myself, Revati Raman.
Yes.
So, if we are attending any meetings regarding for example, I am a member of Bureau of Indian Standards for different committees. So, whenever we will attend any committee meeting and it
Uh,
extend for whole day, so will we get the credit for that also?
sure, you will. Because you are into professional work, the only thing that you have to take care is that whatever discussions were made, you can make you can say a small gist or summary and tell to the headquarter of ECI that these many hours were spent and this is the gist. That is it. You'll get your
Okay.
credit point.
And
Yeah.
whenever we will, we if we are attending any conference internationally, so if we are
Mhm.
spending 3 days there, So it will also add a 24-hour, means 8 hour per day for credit.
Yeah, that is correct. You have understood it very correctly. See, you have to understand something. We also have a habit of basically attending these events, conferences, seminars. And this is all momentary. After we come out of these seminars and conferences, either you have very huge, copious notes, or you just forget about them. And you cannot keep on piling up. So what we are now trying to do for individual engineers, make brief, short summary notes and send it to us. We'll document and categorize it in various disciplines. After all, a seminar could be on construction chemicals, a seminar could be on performance of the equipment, or many other things, plethora of things. So they all go under various heads. And that is being prepared for the sake of posterity. The younger lot will also get the benefit of referring to these notes that you have given, and the credits will be given to you. I hope I'm
Okay.
clear. Right?
Okay, my last query, if I am publishing a paper in the conference and I am also presenting the paper, my technical
Mhm.
paper. So I will get additional credit, or it will be including in the duration of conference.
No, if you are the author, you'll get additional.
Okay, thank you.
If you are an author, you'll get additional.
Thank
How
you very
much
much.
is that additional? How much is that additional credit going to be? That is something that we have a system by which we will evaluate and let you know.
Thank you very much. Thank
You
you.
get my
Good
point?
afternoon, sir. I am Dr. Lokpriya Srivastava. I am working as a
Ji,
professor
sure.
of tunneling and hydropower in Tractable Engineering, Gurgaon.
Lovely.
My query is, can internal training provided by the company consider as a CPD?
Yes, sure. It can be provided. It basically has a topic and a kind of a content which is actually commensurate and matching with the kind of academic credits or experience. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, anybody else who might like to come in?
Sir, this is Manish Kirpekar here, sir.
Yes.
I work in the field of valuations largely. Sir, if
Yeah.
I am training my team internally
Mhm.
because I have a team
Mhm.
in our organization, so will it be
Yeah.
considered as a CPD?
It again depends. It again depends. What is the topic that you are talking about?
Okay.
If
Okay.
something which is being taught is already very much known, very much practiced, like working out the basic analysis of structural strength, like shear forces, bending moments, and things like that. That is not going to be, because that is something which you are expected to, right? But if
Right.
there is something novel, something which is basically not being discussed anywhere, sure, why not?
Great, sir. I got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Next, anybody else? Please come in. Yes. You don't have any question?
No, sir, not as of now. But sir, one thing I would like to add is that as you mentioned about the structural audits and structural repair,
Yeah.
I would definitely like to be, professor of practice, because I've been doing it since last 27 years.
Yeah.
And I also deliver lectures at IIT Roorkee and National Forensic Science University and other universities. So definitely I'd like to be a part of this journey, sir.
The charity must
Volunteer.
begin from home.
I would like to volunteer
Kaizad,
myself. Yes, sir.
Kaizad, charity must begin from home.
Absolutely, sir.
Why
Sir.
don't we basically have your lecture?
Sure, sir.
I know about you. Why don't we have your lecture for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and then
Certainly,
rest is going to be for
certainly.
question answer,
Yeah.
This is on the rehabilitation of structures and which I had witnessed the Baroda Palace, the
Yeah.
fresco making, and things like that. Okay.
Absolutely. Yes,
Would
sir.
you be would you be ready to speak on that?
I'll be more than happy to do that, sir.
Right, Kaiser. So coming Sunday is
Sure.
going to be your day. You will be
Thank you.
speaking.
Thank
Yogaraj,
you.
please make a note of it and send a formal communication to everybody that Engineer Kaiser will be speaking on, rehabilitation of. Note it down. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. 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 Next. Anybody else?
Notice, sir.
Hello. Next person.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
This is Engineer Santosh Jaiswar.
Yes. Yes. Parthi.
Sir, I'm practicing chartered engineering and approved valuer for plant and machinery also. So
Right.
I have completed my MEP, mandatory educational program, from the
Yeah.
evaluation of institutions from two
Hmm.
different registered valuers organizations. So I have
Right.
certificate of participation. So
Right.
can it be considered? Can it be considered for our?
Or
Can that program that I have
yeah.
attended for 50 hours mandatory
Hmm.
educational program, can it be considered
Hmm.
for our CPD?
Very correct. You can. But only thing is that, like I was telling Mr. Kaiza, who's a very good engineer, I would like you to also talk about the topic that you had been as the professor of practice in the coming weeks. So please let us know your interest. And this proposal goes to everyone. Each one of us has learned something. It is not that everybody knows everything or somebody knows everything. We must share the knowledge that we have acquired and let the people understand and take it from there. So as a POP, also you will receive the credit for. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Next. Please come in. You see, you have to learn something very clearly to all of you. And that is that you need to ask questions, make comments, and let this conversation go. All right? So I am expecting the next person to come who hasn't really asked any question. Come forward. Don't feel shy.
In the depth of we are going to conduct replication.
ऐसे
We are
ऐसे कुछ नंबर 5
one level
और टॉयलेट बाथरूम बना
क्योंकि
हमें टॉयलेट
so
बाथरूम
I'm going to discuss one story
Im- Imran, one,
and
I think there is an echo coming. Hello?
choose the section for the beats.
Yeah? You are not clear. You are not clear. There is some disturbance. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay. Sorry for that, sir. Sorry for that.
Yes, Imran. Now come. Come in, Imran. Are you silent now? Dr. Ratnaveli, would you like to say something? Dr. Ratnaveli? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. You are audible.
Okay, Dr. Ratnaveli, Dr. Please come in.
Hi, good
I
morning
think
all.
we have.
Can I
Yeah,
pitch in?
good morning. Yes, I am inviting again and again. Why are you not pitching
Okay.
in?
No, other people were speaking. They were interrupting, so that's
No,
why I was keeping quiet. But now I will take over. And
not
myself,
okay. Not
Divakar
okay.
Veliyangiri, and
Yeah,
I'm pleased to join this forum for this Indian Engineering Council. And basically, I'm an engineering manager working with a German engineering consultancy. It's a Bilfinger Tebodin, called as in Bilfinger Tebodin, and we mainly work in oil and gas industries. And
wonderful.
to give you a brief about my work, I'm mostly involved in technical coordination, engineering reviews, and ensuring compliance with codes and standards. And I think in this forum I'll be engaged more, and I'll be engaged in sharing my technical knowledge with the peers as well. And I look forward to
Yeah.
interact with fellow members and learning from
Mm.
your experience and contributing meaningful to discuss with this within this forum. And that's it from my side. And
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. And I'm from
No,
Qatar.
no,
I'm currently in Qatar.
Dr. Velangiri, I am not going to be leaving you just like that. There is something which
Yeah.
basically has clicked something in my mind.
Okay.
You are in the oil industry, and
Yes.
you know the kind of pipelines that you lay, and you
Yeah.
also know the hazards. The hazards, you call HAZOPs or HAZON processes. You know exactly if the leakage in the gas pipeline happens, then what? That
Correct.
also you know very well. And you
Yeah.
also know the system of detecting the leakages everywhere using SCADA and LAN techniques. You also know about
Yes.
it. Do you not think the same system should be utilized for our sewer lines and water pipelines?
See, that's a very good question. But if you see in Middle East, especially in Middle East, the codes and
Yeah.
standards applicable for oil and gas is completely different.
Mm,
And then the
mm,
codes and standards applicable for sewer system, it's completely
mm.
a different system. What I mean to say
Right.
is oil and gas is having more stringent requirements in terms of
No,
codes, compliance.
I am stopping you there. You see, the compliances, the regulations, the systems, they are basically created and built historically also based on the kind of experiences of the experts. How come oil industry has become so stringent in the regulation? The reason was there were several accidents that had taken place, several fireworks
Exactly.
that had taken place. You know
Exactly.
very well. You see, there are several issues. There is another issue that we have been overlooking, and that
Correct.
is you have a situation where there is radioactive waste coming out of all the hospitals. You get my
Correct.
point?
Correct.
And
Correct.
this
Exactly.
radioactive waste comes from the Department of Oncology. It comes from, the kind of normal radiology. And these are all the things where you have the radio residual waste for that. What do we do
Correct.
with that? We just simply throw it away. That's it. Without realizing that the radiations, they take a very long time to die down. The atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, it took almost like about 30 to 35 years before the impact was, I would not say nullified, but people became immune. Before that, there were epidemics, there were major deaths, and after effects were horrendous. Limited point that I'm trying to make is that there is some regulation that is existing in the oil industry. The question that as engineer we should ask us, should it not, maybe on a smaller scale, be applicable for even the water supply and sewerage systems? I'm sure there is a lot to be learned from the kind of sewerage network situation and the regulations that you have there in Doha, Qatar. But the fact of the matter is that if there is something that is known and we know the kind of malice that you have there, shall we not speak to the people and tell them that look here, you can have this particular system. I can keep on rattling on various issues that you have. The railway track we have. We have noticed there are many accidents that have taken place in last year. Several accidents. And what was happening? The rails that we have, they are seldom checked now. The old systems used to be where we used to have an institution called Permanent Way Inspection System, PWI, by which manually the the joints of all the rails they were checked thoroughly. Now that is all
Exactly.
gone. Can we not have? This is precisely what I was asking to some of the engineers from Indian Railways and even metro corporations. Should we not have some small sensors? We have all kinds of tools, based on AI and things like that. And should we not have that so that wherever there is a gap in the rails, for several reasons, that you have loads, you have vibrations, you have the temperature, everything impacts that. Correct? And if the gaps are
Correct.
there,
Correct.
what is the resultant? Accident. And all that you need is a small sensor that tells that now it has gone beyond the tolerance limit. And how much does it take? How much does it take in terms of effort or the technology? This is not something which is like, Einstein's principles to be discovered. These are applications. That is something that we have to start inducting. And it is not necessary that the technology only remains applicable for a certain vertical and domain. This has to be perpetuated. That's the purpose of being good. I hope you'll agree with me, Devan.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you.
So,
Maybe the codes
so
and standards are different, but the implication, the risk, the safety involvement is almost same, both for oil and gas and a sewer line.
it is the
And
same. It is
it's
the
the
same.
same. It's the
It is
same.
the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Huh?
I agree with you. I
Huh.
completely agree with you, sir.
Huh. So use your knowledge, use your wisdom to tell everybody, whosoever is in water supply network engineering or sanitary engineering or environmental
Exactly.
engineering to understand that. Okay? We will
Sir,
have
if
that
you
doctors. Yeah,
Yeah, sure, sir. Sir, if
yeah.
you see in
Good.
our organization, it's not only oil and gas. We do work on industrial project like sewer network, like stormwater, multiple different diversified business we do perform. So we are also handling STP projects where we use an MBR technology to treat a sewer
Yeah.
domestic system, and then there are pipelines, lifting stations, and then there is an MBR technology with the specialist vendor we are coordinating. So there
Yeah.
also there are risks, as you said, and we are mitigating those risks with proper wisdom and knowledge which we have. So you're right, both are almost same. So definitely, whenever I get time, or if you wanted to present something on this matter, definitely I'll be happy to present on the technical part.
You see, Devakar, one as an engineer, we have no caste, color, creed, religion, or nationality. We
Correct.
are engineers. We are slaves. We are slaves of scientific principles and methods. That's all we are. Now, we are like lighthouse. The lighthouse does not only give the light to the ships, it also gives light to various people who are around. Whatever you have learned, try to see in the other situation. What is the application that is the real meaning of being called a professional engineer? You got it?
Yeah, I agree, sir. Completely agree. I'll completely agree. Whatever I can offer or render to our fellow engineers, definitely I will support. And my support is always there. You can count me in all the discussions or any technical meetings. I'm there to support you, definitely.
So you are the third speaker, and Yogesh, please note down. Engineer Divakar will be talking in the third session, and share with him the time, date, and everything, and accordingly work. And accordingly send a notice to him. Right?
Sure,
All
sure,
right.
sir. Sure.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else who wants to come in? Okay. So now I think I'll just call it a day. We close it on this happy note that all of you were here. We all discussed, and we shall proceed with this particular process. I am promising that I am going to be there in every event that happens there subsequently, and I would personally listen and engage all of you. Please also speak to your other colleagues and friends to come and participate and join. More the merrier. Always remember this. All right? Thank you so much. Goodbye,
Thank you, sir.
my
Thank
best
you.
Rajesh, here,
wishes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. God
Thank you,
bless you all.
sir.
God
Thank
bless
you
you
all.
all. God bless you all. Okay, bye.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
எதை என்ன கன்ஃபியூஷனா இருக்கு? நீ தான் உன் பேரை எடுக்கணும், நான் என் பேர் எடுக்கிறது. உன் அக்கௌண்ட்ல என் பேரே இல்ல, என்ன காமிக்கிறது?
ரெண்டு அக்கவுண்ட் வருது. எப்படி
வந்தா என்னமா 823 என்னோடது, அதை கேன்சல் பண்ணு.
Rajesh sir, your mic is on. All are listening your home, your domestic conversation.